Hello and welcome to another fuel-filled episode of a weekly Waypoint. Today we are playing Need for Speed Rivals. Basically, Rivals, the reboot, and Payback were in a bundle for 15 quid on PlayStation Network in the sale, and I went, yeah, sure. I've been rediscovering my love of racing games lately, and Need for Speed is definitely a franchise which has plenty of good racing games. The main thing I've noticed about this series is whenever it pops up, everyone talks about how, oh, they just want Underground 1, 2, and Most Wanted, the original back. But that doesn't mean that the other entries in the series aren't good games. It just means that those are the favourites. It's similar to how people, lament the ends of the Ezio collection. It doesn't mean that Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey aren't fantastic, because they fucking are, and I'm sure some of the games in between are as well. I just haven't tried them yet. So I'm very glad I picked this up. Reese was very kind to get me Need for Speed Heat for my birthday as well, which I've played some of and I do enjoy. My PC has a little trouble running it, unfortunately, but yeah, this race right here, this is the finale of the racer campaign. In Rivals, you get a racer campaign and a cop campaign, and this is the end of a racer one. I tried this is like my 7th attempt at this race. It's basically a marathon style race, and it takes like, well, the length of this video to complete. I tried so many times in my Lamborghini, the DLC car it gave me, and I just couldn't do it. And eventually I realised the Lamborghini has like a 5.4 on durability, and the cops really fuck you over in this race. So I hopped into my Ford, which was my only other fully upgraded car, which has like a 7.6 durability or something. And yeah, spoilers, but I was able to finish the race this time. And while I'm talking throughout this entire video, while all this is going on in the background, just know that the actual gameplay version of me is like super zoned in and trying his hardest. And this was very tense, especially towards the end, because the very first time I tried this race, I got to checkpoint 52 out of 54 or some shit like that. I was literally like seconds away from the finish and I got wrecked, and it was very upsetting. But yeah, I streamed some of this recently. I'm probably not going to stream it again, unfortunately, because I think it's a combination of the speed at which you drive around in and the way the graphics look. It's kind of grainy and gritty. It just looks shit. Oh, the thing skipped. I'm not sure why it does that. Like I said in previous PS4 videos, that wasn't a big skip. That was like a 10-second skip. Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know why that happens. That's really frustrating. But as I was saying, yeah, I can't really stream this game without it looking bad, and I want to stream it, but I'm going to try streaming the next Need for Speed game when I start that one up. And yeah, I'm basically going to try and platinum these games, and I'm annoyed about the fact that in this Need for Speed game, at least, and in a lot of racing games, it always has at least like one bronze trophy, which is like, beat a friend in a race, and it's like, cool. So I'm gonna have to go to the community and fucking plead for someone to add me so that I can beat them in a race to get the trophy. How many people are actively going to be like, yeah, sure, dude, I'll add you and let you beat me in this race? Like, how many people are really gonna go out of their way to do that? Luckily I found someone for the crew too which had a similar achievement to do that. I'm hoping I'll be able to find someone to do that for this achievement. Hey, if you're watching this video and you own Need for Speed Rivals on PS4, hit me up, basically. But other than that, the platinum journey for this game just kind of looks like a grind. This is the end of the game, and I'm level 20 on the racer career, but you need to hit level 60 to get the gold trophy for leveling up as a racer, and it's the same on the mirrored cop career, because you can play as a cop as well. And it looks like a bit of a grind, but on the plus side, the way you level up is by completing a speed list, and at the end of the game you can go back and complete earlier speed lists, and they're super quick and easy to complete. So I'm guessing it shouldn't be quite as much of a grind as it initially looks like, because levels are acquired quite quickly towards the beginning of the game anyway. So yeah, hopefully that's not too much of a ball ache. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll finish the cop career, and then I'll just install the next Need for Speed and start on that. Like, kind of similar to my idea with the Assassin's Creed series, where I'm going to be playing through one for story and one for platinum. I'm going to have 2 concurrent playthroughs at one time. I'll do something similar for this. Like, I've beaten the career, basically, and there's completion remaining to be done, which I'll grind out while listening to podcasts or whatever. But at the same time, I'll be moving on to the next Need for Speed game. That's my current plan anyway. We'll see how it pans out. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, I'm currently halfway through Brotherhood, and there is a trophy which was initially part of a DLC, which is to fully synchronize every mission in the entire game. So on PlayStation 3, you don't need to do that to get the Platinum Trophy, because that's a DLC listed trophy. But in the Ezio collection, all the DLC is included with the base game, so it's just a base trophy, so you do need to do it to get the Platinum Trophy, which is kind of annoying. The upside, and it skipped again, sorry, don't know why, can't control it, guessing it's just a flaw in the recording, god damn it. Just gonna stop watching the screen now, because it's gonna put me off my sentences. But yeah, for at least I don't have to do the multiplayer Assassin's Creed Brotherhood trophies, because that would be annoying. They cut the multiplayer out of Brotherhood and Revelations, and in the future I am going to have to do multiplayer trophies in Black Flag and Unity, I believe, to get those Platinum trophies, but that's a problem for a future Christian. Current Christian doesn't have to worry about that stuff in Brotherhood. And to be honest, I always liked the concept of the Assassin's Creed multiplayer, so hopefully it's just not too much of a grind, and hopefully I do enjoy doing it. But yeah, basically where I'm at in Brotherhood at the minute is there's this one mission in the middle of a game where you basically have to infiltrate this fortress, and the full synchronization for this is to do it without being seen, and so far I've had no issues doing full synchronization missions. Usually if I do have a tough one, it just takes like 1 or 2 more tries. This one is not so easy because you can't get noticed at all, and it's like a 20-minute long mission, at least it feels like it. And when you get noticed towards the end of that and have to do it all over again, you can't reset to a checkpoint, you have to do it from the very beginning. It's extremely frustrating, and my initial plan for this week's weekly waypoint was to just record me attempting it. Not commentary, but just like as the background gameplay. And I decided against it eventually because my most 2 recent videos on this channel are Assassin's Creed Adventures as Ezio videos, and I don't want to oversaturate my channel with Assassin's Creed basically, but yeah, we might do that next week if I'm still stuck on that mission, or if I just decide to just 50% synchronize, complete it, and then go back and try and full synchronize it later, which is basically what the guide suggests to do anyway, so that you don't get burnt out on trying to 100% the game immediately. But considering that I've played through the story of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood before and I'm basically here for the trophies, I figured I would try and do it first try. The only other one I've had trouble doing is one of the wolf cult dens. You have to do it in 8 minutes. I did the first one in 8 minutes, but the second one is proving kind of tricky. Well, I said proving kind of tricky. I failed doing it the first time round, but it's one of those things where you fail and you go, but I was really fast, how the fuck are you supposed to do it? And this one's also kind of a maze, so you just kind of have to like memorize the right way through, so you don't waste seconds. So it's kind of a ball ache. I haven't done any more of Odyssey's DLC so far, even though it is absolutely phenomenal. I think I've decided to take more of a break from that game again, and I was tempted to therefore jump ahead to Assassin's Creed 3 for my story-based progression version of the playthrough, but that would, I feel like because I'm halfway through Brotherhood, that would be too close of a leap, and because I'm so invested in the story right now, it would be a little bit weird, so I am just going to keep playing through Brotherhood, I think. But that's where I'm at with Assassin's Creed. I've also resubbed to WoW, although I might have done this last week and just forgot to talk about it, but I've resubbed to WoW, and I'm just leveling up my Lightforged Paladin Tamul, my Lightforged Draenei Paladin, that is, running him through dungeons, all that kind of stuff, listening to podcasts. I just had the itch to return to WoW for so long, and basically I'm waiting for pre-patch with the leveling revamp, but I decided, you know what, fuck it, like, I just really want to play WoW. Speaking of which, the latest World of Warcraft book, Shadows Rising, by Madeleine Rowe, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, has finally released in the UK. It's obviously not her fault, it's like either Amazon or the publisher's fault, but like, the whole situation was just weird. Basically, it's a book which released on the 16th of July in America, physically and on Kindle, but in England it releases today, 28th of July, physically, which, yeah, I understand that because shipping happens. Wait, no, I've got that wrong, no. You could order it from the 16th of July, physically, but it was just a really long shipping time, and I get that because, like, it's an American book and maybe they don't publish stuff natively here in the UK. It happens. What I do not fucking understand is why the Kindle version of the UK book was delayed until the 28th of July. Why? It exists, it's out there, it's done, it's finished, it's published on the American site, but because I don't have an American account or address that I can fake, I couldn't buy it and download it, even though it's just text that exists. I was just barred from getting it because I live in the UK. not just on Amazon but on other websites as well. So I'm guessing it probably was a publisher thing, and that really annoyed me. And what annoyed me even more was that last night I went to look at the publishing date for it, and they had pushed it back even further to August 4th. And this really kind of pissed me off because I was like, I've been dodging spoilers for this book for 2 weeks already. So I got onto customer service. I got my Karen on, basically. Although I wasn't rude, I wasn't horrible or aggressive because it's not their fault, but I was basically just like, look, why? I already had issues with the fact that the physical book was taking so long to get here that the Kindle delayed version would come out first. So I'd cancelled that through them anyway. And this time I got onto them, I was like, look, why is this being delayed by another week? It's just text. It exists. It's being published in the American version. Why can't I just download it, buy it, and download it? And the response I got was, oh, on the publishing website, it says it comes out on August 4th. Can't help you. And that was it. They pretty much closed the chat. I've got a whole thing on my Twitter if you're interested, which you're probably not because it's a customer service issue. Nobody cares about those. But I'm annoyed, damn it. And this morning it turns out that no, it was coming out today anyway. But I was... It really bummed me out and annoyed me. But either way, it's out now. I've read the first few chapters already, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good book so far. And yeah, I even tweeted the author hey, sorry, I know you probably don't have anything to do with the publishing side of this, but do you happen to know anything about why the UK version of the Kindle version is delayed so long? And yeah, basically I didn't get anywhere with that either. She just kind of subtweeted me annoyed that she doesn't know anything and people keep asking her. I was like, okay, so I've just annoyed the author I am excited to read their book for, so that makes me feel even worse. But that was my saga last night, but it's fine, the book's out and we've run out of video. Sorry it kept skipping in places. I don't know why, but you really didn't miss much. I have no way of fixing this because I don't have a capture card, but thanks for putting up with it, and a 720p as well, as always. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next weekly Waypoint as this race abruptly finishes.